I am an artist and a writer. I have created a universe, a strange universe full of creatures, odd characters, and different worlds. My name is Rez Reagan, and I am the creator of Spooky Squiggles. By day I draw and write, but by night I travel between dimensions, destroying the monsters that eat the very fabric of the space-time continuum. Hello people, I'd just like to start out by thanking you for taking an interest in my Kickstarter campaign. My name is Rez and I'm an artist and a writer. What I'm looking for is to create posters and t-shirts of my artwork and take them to Comic Cons. What I'm going to do in this video is introduce you to a universe I've created called Spooky Squiggles, and take you through some of the different areas and also take you through the creation process. I started working on Spooky Squiggles in about 2008. That's where I began developing its characters and stories and worlds. Since then, I've done a lot of work on this, and it's become an entire universe rich with lots of different characters and creatures and stories and elements, mysteries, puzzles. The stories in Spooky Squiggles will be told through a series of books. The main story arc has been written out, including quite a number of backstories and sub-character stories. The first book I'm currently drawing, it's currently in production, and it tells a pretty epic tale of 6 characters that are taken out of the home worlds, who find themselves journeying in a sideshow tent that's capable of interdimensional travel, which is on a quest to locate the special objects that are prophesied to save the universe from its imbalance. Creepy chaos artwork can only really be described as monstrous meshes of characters, creatures, and not so inanimate objects crammed into hectic landscapes. It contains elements from the Spooky Squiggles universe, from its stories and worlds, with puzzles and clues encoded into them, which reveal answers to some of the mysteries in the Spooky Squiggles story. It's really a style that I began developing about 15 years ago. It's something that I've called my elaborate doodles. The reason for this is because for a long time I didn't see this as art. I just saw it as mindless doodles that basically was not finished until every part of the paper had been drawn on. Now, this is something that I continue to do, and which form the basis of all the characters and worlds and artwork in Spooky Squiggles. This artwork does, however, go through a long process, how I turn these kind of pen doodles into the really thought out pieces of artwork in the Creepy Chaos art series. A single elaborate doodle piece can usually take up to about a month, sometimes even up to a year to complete. I basically just sit there, I just draw them. It really just comes from my imagination. I don't base this on really anything I can see. It's just a doodle. After an elaborate doodle piece is finished, this is then scanned into a computer before I'll start sketching over it and redrawing it again in Photoshop. This is where I really start to really think about it and its composition, and I'll be changing characters and elements. It's actually a very time-consuming process. After I've re-sketched the image in Photoshop, I'll bring this over to Illustrator, where I'll trace over it again, but this time using vector lines and fills, before I self-shade it using compound paths and clipping masks. A similar process is applied to the design of the characters and comic book pages. Well, thank you for taking the time to watch this video and taking an interest in my Kickstarter campaign. Please consider making a pledge so that I can take my artwork to Comic Cons while I work on this comic book series. which I'm really looking forward to presenting to you all, by the way. Thank you again, and I'll see you all on the con floor.